back to another RCTV episode. I'm Lizzy Harris.
And I'm Izzy Taylor. On today's episode, we will be looking at an interview with Mr. Worthy,
RCHS mental health counselor,
volleyball hype video,
interview with RCTV member,
cultural collaborative club spotlight,
senior sunrise. This is all right here,
right now
on RCTV. There's a lot of growth happening here at RCISD. Kameron got a chance to sit down with Superintendent Mr. Worthy about seeing how our school district is preparing for this.
With RCHS overflowing with students, parents and students both have many questions. Superintendent Kevin Worthy sat down with us to answer some important questions.
So what is the plan? And so that plan actually started back in 2014 when we had about 44 members of our community come together to create what we call the Master Facility Plan, which is a living, breathing document that really takes us out for the next 20 years.
Most important, Mr. Worthy discussed plans for a second high school.
So back in 2021, when our community supported our $230 million bond, one of those pieces of that bond was to buy land for the second high school. And so we have purchased 110 acres in the city of Fate, just right off Farm Market Road 552 for an eventual second high school.
One answer to our growing student body is the new CTE wing.
But in the meantime, what are we doing for the overcrowding of the current high school? And so in that bond election in 2021, our voters approved an expansion of Roy City High School, which will be our college and career academy. And we're so excited about opening that particular addition in August of 23. It has a number of offerings when it comes to CTE, dual credit, a number of different things that will provide experiences for kids.
Worthy explains how the new expansion will increase the student maximum from 2,500 to 2,750 students. This will also help with the hallway traps.
So this particular expansion will have 3 floors with a number of hallways that really kind of help spread some student enrollment out.
Mr. Worthy now tells when the voting for the bond package will start.
We're really focusing this week. We actually start our first bond steering committee meeting for the future, and that conversation about the second high school will be in that first meeting starting tomorrow. And it looks like May of 23 is when we'll ask our voters to possibly approve another package that will have some new construction, but definitely the second high school in it.
Growth that exceeded expectations has made a new high school needed sooner.
One of the things that we couldn't predict is the amount of growth that we saw coming out of the pandemic. Prior to the pandemic, we were growing approximately maybe 400, 500 kids a year, which was manageable growth. We saw a slowdown once the pandemic hit in March of 2020. So fast forward to 22-23, we didn't predict or could not predict the amount of growth that we were seeing.
Now for the big question, when will the new high school be done? Well, here's your answer.
And if the bond election and package does pass in May of 2023, then we'll get to work really quickly. So construction takes about 30 months to build a school of that size, and then the design process is 18 months. So that you're looking at approximately 2027 is when that particular school could open based on the timelines associated with building a high school.
We'll leave you with some final positive words from Mr. Worthy.
I am just extremely excited about this school year. Created that culture and that environment that we are just so proud of. And so I can't say enough about our students and our coaches and sponsors, just really proud of everyone.
With all this growth, it can be overwhelming, but don't worry, RCHS mental health counselor is here to help.
We all know our counselors have schedules and academic issues, but they also are here to support our students who are struggling with mental health problems. We got a chance to sit down with Mr. Wheatley and talk to him about how he helps our students.
So a lot of times the students will go talk to their counselors first, and then they refer them to me. So I'll talk to kids with anxiety, depression, suicide, really anything. I can talk to them about anything. So I just try to give them a safe place to come, talk to them, and just show them they're important. And then whatever they need, we go from there.
He also tells us about how he became a counselor.
To help people really. I did business first and then switched to education. And even when I taught, like, I always enjoyed talking to students more than the teaching part. So there was a school counselor at the middle school that always told me I should be a school counselor. And I kind of ignored it, and then she kept printing out grad school applications. So I finally did it, and everything just fell into place. So really just talking to people, helping people is the main thing.
He finally gives us some words of advice.
Just keep going. Try to look for a positive in every day. That's the main thing. Try to look for something positive in every day. Try new things. There's always someone here that cares for you. So just find one of those people. And we're here to help however we can.
Always talk to your counselors if you have a problem. They're here to help. This has been Samantha for RCTV.
To keep to the positive note, let's take a look at varsity volleyball hype video.
Tick, tick, boom. Who bringing the noise? Go, baby, we bringing our toys. Separate men from the boys. Chopper be singing, should be on the voice. Bang, bang, we gon' ride out. Gang, gang, we gon' die out. Want it like this, ain't no timeouts. Tell me who really gon' find out. Rowdy, we get rowdy, rowdy. Rowdy, we get rowdy, rowdy.
We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets. About to go, going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
Tick, tick, boom.
Woo! It's go, 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 go time.
Tick, tick, boom.
Wow, that was amazing. We are so proud of our RCTV members. Let's take a look at how our own RCTV member is moving onto the sidelines in a new way.
Joel Burton was once on the sidelines as a football player and is now on the sidelines as an RCTV Stadium crew member. With the transition, he's explained how easy it's been.
Honestly, a little bit more hectic sometimes than actually playing in the Friday night games, but they're a lot more fun because I'm not the one getting hit, just the one watching people get hit.
What?
I don't have to come in every day during summer and work out and get screamed at, and I just get to make videos now.
He then describes his favorite part of working on Friday nights and how it's been for him.
My favorite part was field cam, getting down there to be close to the players. I get to talk to my old teammates down there, which is fun. See everything that's going on down there while also videoing it, putting it on so everybody could see.
Being on the sidelines now, he sees some of his old coaches and friends, and he explains how it's been.
I still have a great relationship with all the players. They make fun of me for being in RCTV and not football, and I don't really speak to any of the coaches.
Sometimes it's the hard work behind the scenes that matters, whether it be on the team or supporting in the stands or sidelines. This has been Rayleigh and Lizzy with RCTV. Many other clubs here at RCHS. Here's GJ with the Cultural Collaboration Club Spotlight.
We interviewed Ms. Jones, the current sponsor and one of the founders of the Culture Collaborative Club, on what the club is and why she started it.
I would just say there were so many students that had so many things they wanted to celebrate. And so this was just an opportunity for them to truly just have their place to shine. So taking things that they honor about their culture, that they, their heritage, and it was just giving them a space to say, hey, we can do this here, and we can celebrate this, and we can all come together and celebrate it. I think it's so important because students find their identity. They're able to say, man, I belong here. They're representing myself, my family, my culture. It also helps others that maybe haven't been as exposed to other cultures. It really helps them get a view of different viewpoints that they have that maybe they've never even thought of before. And it just helps us as a whole come together and form our own Royce City High School culture, which is just such a mixture of amazing cultures.
She also talks about how she believes this club will benefit the Royce City community and what the final vision of it is.
Eventually, it's going to, benefit the community as in having things they can come to and be a part of. But I also think it just benefits the community by, once again, people feeling that they belong.
It's not just a place to belong, but a place to make a difference.
My dream is that it really opens and widens the people's eyes here at Royce City, that we can honor one another, respect one another, agree to disagree, and still be a family.
This is what the Culture Collaborative Club is doing to accomplish these goals.
So some of the things that we have planned so far is we are having our first annual Hispanic Heritage Month program, just like we have our Black History Month program.
Interested in joining? The CCC meets every Friday in room 232, and you can join their reminder to get more information.
Did you know every year the seniors come together early in the morning to celebrate the beginning of their senior year? Let's take a look at this year's.
Class of 2023 got up early for the traditional senior sunrise. Senior Jersey Wisnat shares the importance of this tradition.
I think mainly because it's just fun. And when you're a senior, you're like having your last moments as a senior. And we get those opportunities during the school year, but having a tradition that's been done like every single year and finally getting to do that as a senior, it's really fun.
Jersey then describes her favorite part of senior sunrise.
I think the best part of senior sunrise is seeing throughout the time as you get there, it just gets brighter and everybody starts to show up. This year I got there really early to help set up, and it was pitch black outside and there wasn't a lot of people there, and it was so cool to see everyone get there as the sun started to rise and everything started to come coming together. That was my favorite part.
Seniors like Jersey are proud to carry on this tradition.
I think it's an important tradition just because everyone before us has always done it. I've never heard of there not being a senior sunrise. So it's more than just something the class of 2023 did. It's something that the class of 2000 did and stuff like that. So I think that's really cool.
Traditions like this create memories for a lifetime.
Wow, that seems like a lot of fun. I can't wait to go next year.
Thanks for watching this September episode. To watch more episodes like this, go to youtube.com/RCTV. This has been Lizzy Harris
And Izzy Taylor.
signing out.